Hello, dear students. Welcome back to my class of financial management. Okay. So in this class, I will deal with the case study problem on working capital, which was asked in the year 2019. It is a question paper problem only, which was compulsory question. Okay. Case study is compulsory. No alternatives, no options are available. Okay. So let's go through the problem. It's a lengthy problem where you will have to read very properly, very carefully, so that you should not leave a single point also while solving the problem. Okay. So on 1st of 2018, the Board of Directors of SPK Limited wishes to know the amount of working capital that will be required to meet the production activity for the year. Okay. So here they wish to know the working capital amount, how much is required for the production activity. Okay. So issued share capital 2 lakh and 5% debentures, that is secured on assets rupees 50,000. Fixed assets on 1st January 2018 is rupees 1,25,000, and production during the previous year 60,000 units. Okay. The same level of activity is expected to be maintained during the current year also. So last year production activity it is. So number of units are 60,000. The same activity is also, that is expected number of units for this current year is also 60,000. Okay. And expected ratio of cost to selling price is as follows. So this is the composition of cost. Okay. Cost includes raw material cost, direct wages, and overheads. The percentages they have given. It means we need to convert this into rupees. Okay. So here we are calculating working capital, the amount of working capital required. Okay. For which we require the current assets and current liabilities. And this information, issued capital and debentures, fixed assets, this is not required to calculate the current assets and current liabilities. Keep this into your mind. Okay. And here they have given the raw material percentage, 60%, that is to selling price. Then the question comes, what is the selling price? In the further paragraph, you will get the selling price also. Okay. So let's read further. Raw materials are expected to remain in stores on an average for 2 months, okay, before issued to production. It means the raw material, once it is purchased, the moment it is purchased, it is not used for the production, okay. It is to be kept in the storeroom for some period till it is used, okay. So that's why what is the lagging period is 2 months, okay. For this 2 months of period, the materials are kept in stores, okay. And each unit of production is expected to be in process for 1 month. So this is nothing but each unit of production is expected to be in process. This is nothing but work in progress, okay, for 1 month. So raw material is kept in the store for 2 months, velocity, that is period lag, okay, and here it is 1 month. And how much about the finished goods? Finished goods will stay in the warehouse awaiting dispatch to customers approximately 3 months. It means once the goods are produced, you do know the operating cycle, okay? Raw material is converted into work in progress, and work in progress, again the materials are converted to finished goods, okay? These are the 3 levels of inventory. Stock of raw material, stock of work in progress, third one is stock of finished goods. So for finished good also, the period, that is velocity, is 3 months, okay. Next comes work in progress may be assumed to be 100% completion with regard to materials and 50% completion with regard to wages and overhead. So this is what is known as, work in progress may be assumed to be 100% completion. It means the raw material cost is 100% consumed, whereas you need to take the conversion process, that is conversion cost, that is nothing but wages and overhead cost. You will have to take only 50%. Okay, while calculating the work in progress, we have to take into this account. Okay, so next is 50% overhead. Then credit given to debtors, credit allowed to debtors is 3 months. Velocity is 3 months for the customers. Okay. From the date of dispatch, and credit allowed by creditors is 2 months. This is nothing but current liability. Creditors. This is debtors. Okay. Debtors, and here it is creditors. The period lag is 2 months. It means the company has bought the goods on the credit basis from the suppliers, and it takes 2 months period of time to make the payment of that. Okay. Then from the date of delivery of raw materials, then comes last information. It is cash at bank is found to be rupees 21,250. And the selling price is rupees 5. Okay. This 5 rupees selling price is given. And these three costs, raw material cost and wages cost, okay, these three costs are given in the problem in terms of percentage, okay. So the same percentage is rupees 5, we'll have to multiply with this percentage so that we can derive the raw material cost, direct wages cost and overhead, okay. And the last para, that is comment, the finance manager has estimated rupees 1,75,000 as a working capital. Do you agree with him? Okay, this is the first question you need to answer after solving the problem. We'll have to answer on this also, comment on this also. And the second one is, which cost do you consider as most important while estimating the requirement of working capital of a manufacturing company? As you know, the operating cycle changes from trading company to manufacturing company, and this company is a manufacturing company wherein it gets the stock of raw material, stock of work in progress and stock of finished goods, and these two are known as conversion cost, and this is a raw material cost, okay. So when we have this raw material and all, we'll have to understand that this company is a manufacturing company, okay, production company. Let's begin the problem. So here you are not supposed to take the issued capital, 5% debenture, fixed assets, etc. Why? These are the long-term capital, that is issued capital and debenture capital. Both are liabilities, but capital. Okay, long-term liabilities. And fixed asset is an asset. It is also long-term asset. We are taking into consideration only the current assets and current liabilities. So from here, we can begin the problem. Okay. So production during the previous year is 60,000. Number of units are how much? 60,000. Okay. So here what do we require is these percentages have to be converted into rupees. 5 rupees multiplied by 60, it is right. So 30 will get here. Okay. So 3 rupees per unit will get 60% of rupees 5 is nothing but rupees 3. Okay. And here 50 paisa we get, that is 10% of rupees 5. That I will show it in the working note. So let's begin the problem. Okay. If you don't understand, feel free to comment it in the comment box. Okay. So that I can move on to the another problem also. Okay. I can solve it. Yeah. Let's begin the problem. Statement of working capital requirement. First, we'll have to draw this statement, okay, wherein you are going to calculate the amount of working capital required for this company, okay. And in working notes, let's begin with the calculation. That is calculation of stock of raw material cost, okay. So raw materials, stock of raw material cost, right? And as it is given here, what is given, tell me? That is 60% right here, raw materials. I'll write the short form of this, okay. It is 60% of what, rupees 5, 60% of selling price. Okay. How much it is? Price is equal to, selling price is how much? Rupees 5 is equal to, you get the answer as the answer here you get is rupees 3. Okay. Yeah. Stock of raw material. So just we'll get the calculation. Raw material we got. Okay. Second one, I'll move on to the second. Number 2, what I'm going to calculate here is wages. Wages are also how much it is given in the problem. It is as 10%. 10% of rupees 5. Okay. Is equal to, it is 0.50, 50 paisa. Okay. can write 0.5 also. Then the third one, it is overheads. Okay. It is how much percentage given in the problem? 20%, right? So all these percentages are given here only, raw material 60, direct wages 10%, and overhead is 20%. Okay. So here I have just written wages or labor, direct wages, all are one and the same. Okay. Overhead is again, it is 20% of rupees 5 is equal to 1 rupee, rupee 1. Okay. Simply I'll write the rupee only 0.01. Yeah. See now, how much did you get here? I'll take this is equal to here. Okay. So that you will get to know. Yeah. The total, how much did you get? 3 plus 50 paisa plus 1 rupee. Total you get 4 rupees 50 paisa. Okay. So here what we'll have to do is the total of this cost is, I'll take you to this draw. Total of this comes to simple line. Yeah. I'll erase it. Wait a minute. Yes. Now I'll draw this line so that you will get to know total is. Yes. So here, how much did you get is at the end we can take your. Yeah. Here we derive 4 rupees, right? Total cost is rupees 4. Okay. 4 rupees 50 paisa. Okay. Yeah. So then add profit. What is the amount here? We'll have to add. What is the selling price? Selling price is 5 rupees. That's why 50 paisa profit is included in this. Okay. Profit 0.50 paisa. The total again we get is rupees. Selling price. Selling price is equal to, yes, it is 5 rupees. Okay. Here we have derived. Okay. Yeah. Right. Done. So this is about one. We found the raw material cost. Okay. This is calculation of not just raw materials, but it is all of stock. Okay. Yeah. Here it is the cost. We have calculated cost and profit. Okay. What is the amount of cost and what is the amount of profit. Okay. I hope all of you understood. Here with this information will be in the problem. Okay. So raw materials we have taken here. First now stock of raw material. This is one calculation, number 1, right? Roman 1 we can take here. Yeah. Then comes Roman 2. Yes. Here I'll begin with stock, inventory, valuation of inventory. Okay. Stock. There are 3 types of stock in the manufacturing company. Okay. That is number 1, raw material stock. Okay. Stock of raw material. Okay. So this number 1 comes here. What is the raw material cost? Total amount that we need to show it in the statement. Here we have to write stock is of 3 types: stock of raw material, stock of work in process, stock of finished goods. Okay. So let's calculate this. The formula which I use here is that should be used, not just me. Everybody should have to use is, okay, units, okay, into cost of raw material, okay, into cost into velocity. Yeah. So what is this all about? The question comes here. What is this is? Okay. Let me do here. Yeah. Here. How many units are there in the problem? See now. Number of units, 60,000. Okay. It is here, 60,000 units are given to us. And velocity is raw materials are expected to remain in stores on an average for how many months? 2 months. This is velocity. Okay. So let me begin. This units are 60,000. Once you understand all this, it becomes very easy. What is the cost of raw material? Cost of raw material, we have ascertained it as rupees 3, right? Okay. Rupees 3. Here it is. Right, rupees 3. 3.00. 1.00. This is what. Yes. It should look in a sequence only. Okay, that's why. Here, units, number of units I have taken. What is the cost of raw material? Rupees 3. Yes, patapat we can do now. Okay. And into what is the velocity? Just now I have gone through here in the problem. Okay, what is that? Amount is raw material is expected to remain in stock is on an average, it is 2 months. Okay, it is 2 months. So let me write 2. How many months are there in a year? 12. Right? And this is how you have to do the calculation. Okay. So now do it. What is that calculation? Do you derive here is equal to 60,000 multiplied by 3. Okay. Then multiplied by 2 months velocity divided by 12 months in a year. The answer we get is rupees 30,000. Am I correct? Okay. And this is one calculation we have done. Second one. Here I'll write rupees 30,000. Rupees 30,000. Next, second one below this, I will take it as a number 2. Right? Okay. 2. What is that? Raw materialities. Yes. So coming to the second one, stock of work in progress. Okay, progress. Okay. Work in progress. Yeah. So below that, again, the same formula, units. Take here, right? Number of units are again 60,000. I will not write the formula every time. But once it is told here, it is, I'll highlight it, this formula only is going to be used. Okay. So that's why you'll have to make use of the same formula everywhere, right? Velocity, works in progress, number of units are 60,000. What is the cost of work in process? Okay. Cost of work in process includes material cost, direct wages, and overhead. So here all the three things we have taken here, rupees 3, 50 paisa, and 1 rupee. Total work in progress cost will be rupees 4, rupees 50 paisa. But there is one para, with regards to work in progress, go through this line. Work in progress may be assumed to be 100% completion with regard to materials and 50% completion with regard to wages and overheads. So that's why we are not supposed to take all rupees 4, rupees 50 paisa here, but we have to split it up. Okay. So how are you going to split it up? The clear cut information is provided to us. That's why in this work in progress, again, I will write this as a raw material. Completely, we will take 60,000 units. Raw material cost is rupees 3 into velocity for the work in process is how much? How much velocity for the work in process? Raw materials are expected to remain is over. Each unit of production is expected to be in process for 1 month. Okay, the velocity for work in process is 1 month. Okay, here I'll write into bracket 1 month so that it becomes easy to understand. Raw material is how much? This one. Raw material is in the stock for 2 months. Okay, into bracket 2 months. Velocity it is. Okay, that's why 2 divided by 12. Here what happens? 1 divided by 12. And this is 100% taken. That's why we are splitting it up. Okay, it is 12 is equal to, okay, 60. How much do we get here? 60,000. Do it and tell me. Okay, 60,000 into 3 and divided by 12. The answer you get is 15,000. Clear? 15,000. This is not work in process. This is raw material. Now comes wages, because the conversion cost, wages and the overheads are called as conversion cost. Okay. So again 60,000 I will take because it is taken as the wages and overhead rupees 50 paisa, rupees 50 paisa and 1. So this together I can take, okay, 1.5. Cost is equal to, okay, first let me write the units and then comes 1.5. 1.5 is nothing but the wages 50 paisa, overhead is 1 rupee. The cost of these two are called as conversion cost. Okay. And here what he has given you, it is 50% completion. That is 50% completion with regard to wages and overheads. That's why I'm taking it. I'm clubbing it. Otherwise, you can even split. What is this? Let me take this. Otherwise, you will get the confusion. I'll do this. Okay. Rupees 0.50. I'll split it up. Wages into 1 divided by 12. Right. So separately, I'm showing you. You should not confuse. That's why separately, I'm showing you that 60,000 number of units multiplied by 50 paisa, okay, and into, that is 1 divided by 12, or directly you can take it as divided by 12. Whatever the answer we get, again it is 50 paisa, okay. That is 50% into 50% of this will be 50% is nothing but 50 divided by 12. Okay, is equal to, how much do we derive? 1250, 1,250. Okay. I hope all of you are understanding this. Okay. Is equal to, I'll take it here. right? So that we can make the total of this third one. What is the third one? Overheads. Okay, overhead again, take it as a 60,000 number of units. 60,000 multiplied by what is the cost of overhead? Here in the working note, we have calculated it is 1 rupee. Okay, 1 rupee into 1 divided by 12 into again 50% because it is given as completion is 50% only. That's why it is not 50 divided by 12. It is 50 divided by 100. Okay, 50% is nothing but 100. Both, right? Conversion cost. What is this? Yeah. So now calculate this is equal to how much do you derive? Yes, come on. Make it up. Take it as a 60,000 number of units into 1 is nothing but again 60,000 into 1 divided by 12. Again, directly you can take it as divided by 12. Okay. Is equal to 5,000 you get. 50% of 5,000 is nothing but 2,500, right? 2,500. Okay. So make the sum of all this. How much do you derive here? That's work in progress. The total amount you get is 18,750. Okay. That is 15,000 plus 1,000, 16, 17, 18, 18,750. Okay. The total is total WIP is equal to 18,750. Yeah, this 18,750 we'll have to write here. 18,750, right? Done. Now the third one, let me begin with number 3. The second working note, okay? That is stock of finished goods, right? Once you practice this, it becomes very easy, dear students. You may feel it as lengthy right now, but later, once you begin with, you will get to know, okay? Now here again, the formula is number of units multiplied by what is the cost. Look at this. Finished good is nothing but the raw material cost, working wages, and overheads total. This cost, that is 4 rupees 50 paisa we have to take, okay? Finished good cost is nothing but the total cost. This is cost of finished goods, rupees 4.50, right? And into, what is the velocity? Go to the problem, read it. Work in progress is done. Credit given is done, okay? Credit, debtors, credit allowed to creditors, then the cash at bank, selling price, provide contingencies, okay? Here it is, I hope. Finished goods, yeah, it is here. Finished goods stay in the warehouse awaiting to dispatch to customers approximately for 3 months. Okay. How much? What is the period here? Velocity is 3 months. All right. Let's begin this. That is 60,000 multiplied by 4.50 into 3. Velocity is how much here? Into bracket, you can write here. That is 3 months. Okay. While reading the problem only, you will have to make a note of all this, okay? 3 divided by how many months are there in a year? 12, right? Sometimes some of the information is given in weeks and the rest other information is provided to you will be in months. So whatever it is given in weeks, you take it as number of weeks divided by 52 weeks in a year. If it is in terms of month, then what is the number of velocity, that is month period, divided by total months in a year, that is 12. Okay. So finished good, as all of you know, that formula is 60,000 into 4.50 into 3 divided by 12. The answer you get is, yes, come on, it is 67,500. Okay. 67,500. The same amount, I'll take it in the statement. That is 67,500. Yeah. Make a total of all this. You will derive 1 lakh. The total of the stock, I'll write it in the outer column. Okay. That is 1,16,250. Correct? 60, 70, 80, 90, 10. Okay. Yeah. Come on. It is 1 lakh. 16,250. Yes. So this one we have derived. It's not in block. Yeah. This is only about the stock. Next, let us move on to what are the current assets. Stock includes 3 levels. That is stock of raw material, stock of work in progress, stock of finished goods. So raw material cost is 100% taken. That's why I have not done any calculations here. That is multiplied by percentage I have not taken for the raw material. Directly 60,000 into 3 into 2 by 12. That is 30,000. Work in progress, in this raw material is this much. And rest other things here multiplied by 100 divided by 100, again we get the same. That's why I'm not shown in terms of percentage here. Directly I have taken here as a 15,000. Okay. And here for the wages calculation, that is 50% completion is given. That's why 50 divided by 100. And for overhead also 50 divided by 100. This comes in work in progress process, not elsewhere. Okay. Because the completion period will have to take into consideration. The consumption of raw material is 100%. So as it is taken 15,000, here these two are only 50% completion. I hope you are clear with this point also. Second current asset is debtors. Yes. So look at the debtors information. We have taken this line is over, this line is over, work in process is over, finished good is also over, right? And we will come to this line. That is credit given to debtors is 3 months, right? No need to go for this. Okay. This is third one is over. Next, I will write Roman 3, that is about debtors. Velocity given is how much? Yes, for the debtors. What is the velocity? 3 months. Just now I have gone through. Yeah, it becomes easy for you. Tell me the formula now. Units, 60,000 into, what is the cost for debtors? Debtors is nothing but sales only, but here the profit portion is ignored. We are not supposed to take selling price for the debtors. So what we have to take only cost, total cost, that is cost of sales. We can say this as, okay. Total cost of sales is rupees 4,50,000. Same amount we are taking here as a cost, 4.50 for debtors calculation. Into what is the velocity? 3 divided by 12. Okay. Tell me the calculation total. Debtors amount is 67,500. Again, 67,500 we get. Okay. Same amount, I will take it for the debtors. Okay. Yeah, 67,500. Now let's move on to the third asset. That is third current asset. Next line, let me go through this line. Credit to customers, that is debtors, is done. Credit allowed by creditors, this is a current liability. So velocity given is 2 months. I will take here afterwards. Okay. And next comes cash at bank is found. Cash is nothing but current asset. So third current asset is cash at bank. How much amount is given? 21,250. So directly I'll take here 21,250 rupees. Okay. And this is also what you know, current asset only. Make a total of all these 3 current assets. The total comes to 2 lakh. The total current assets comes to 2 lakh 5,000 rupees. I hope so. Do it. What is this? This is nothing but total current assets. Okay. So this is the caps I have written so that you will get to know. Okay. Then comes less. What we are deducting here, this is current liability we have to deduct. Okay. Here I'm writing. It's less current liability. Okay. Now, in problem, only one current liability is there. Okay. What is that? One. Is around in bold. Okay. The creditors, right? See here, debtors is over, credit allowed by creditors is 2 months. Right here, creditors. Right into bracket, velocities. Complete the bracket. So this should not be in bold. Yeah. So calculation of this. Debtors is done. Now we'll do the calculation of debtors. Velocity I have written here. You can write it this. See, this calculation can be done in this statement also, okay? Or else in the working note, you can show it up, okay? Yeah, come to this. Now, what you know? This number of units, 60,000. What is the cost? Creditors are who are called as creditors. Creditors are those who supply the raw materials on credit basis. Here, goods are not taken. It's a manufacturing company. The company purchases raw materials from the suppliers. Okay. So that's why, what is the raw material cost? Let's look at this. Raw material cost is 60% of selling price. That is rupees 3. So to calculate creditors value, we have to take cost as rupees 3. Not anything else, 4.50 or 5 rupees, nothing. Okay. Only raw material cost you have to take. Okay. So then divided by 12. Velocity is 2 months. 60,000 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 divided by 12. Okay. So what is the value we get? It's only 30,000. Okay. I'll write it in the inner column. That is rupees 30,000. And this comes to total. I'll go to the next column here. Total current, no any other current liability. That's why liabilities. How much it is? 20,000. 30,000 only same, right? So that 30,000, you are going to deduct it from 2,05,000. Okay. Here we'll derive the net working capital. Okay. Total current liability is done. 1 minus 2. Now we are doing 1 minus 2. We derive net working capital. Okay, what is the net working capital here? It's nothing but write into bracket 1 minus 2. A minus B, or you can title here as A and B. A minus B, or else 1 minus 2. Okay, so what is the amount we derive here? That is rupees 1,75,000. Okay, so this 1,75,000, right? Let me copy and paste here. Drag it Okay, this is 1,75,000. This is called as net working capital. From this net working capital, less, okay, what we have to deduct, less, how much contingency is provided? They have asked you to create a contingency. Last line is that, provide for contingency 12%. So let's write 12% contingencies. The 12% contingency, what does it mean? Okay. See, this is the required amount of working capital is 1,75,000 is your net working capital. Okay, you have ascertained it as 1,75,000. But there may, the amount may be, also the required amount may be more than this. That's why on an average 12% more you will have to do. That's why it's not less, it is added. Sorry, it's not less, it is added. Always, after calculating net working capital, you'll have to add some percentage of contingencies because the working capital may be required more in the future days due to contingencies. The fund requirement may be more. That's why you have to create contingency. So 12% of what? 12% of 1,75,000. It comes to rupees 21,000. Okay. Yeah, 21,000. We have to. Okay, so after adding 21,000, whatever the figure you derive, that is called as working capital required. Here, the problem comes to an end. What is this working capital required here? I'll drag this here. Yeah. So now, if you add this amount, total amount you derive is 96,000, right? 1,96,000. This is what we call it as yes. Finally, the problem comes to an end. I'll brief it up, This is a formula you keep always for the calculation. If a company is a manufacturing company, number of units into cost into velocity. This is the most common formula, okay? So velocity is nothing but time lagged, okay? So this is common for everything, okay? So let me brief it up. Working capital is nothing but current assets minus current liabilities. In this problem, current assets are stock, debtors, and cash, okay? These three current assets are there, but stock is again divided into three types of stock. That is raw material, work in progress, and finished goods. Okay. So raw material is purely you have taken here it as ₹3 cost. So stock of raw material becomes very easy. Number of units 60,000 multiplied by cost is ₹3 per unit. Okay. And the velocity given for the raw material is 2 months. That is 30,000 you derive here. Okay. So next comes work in progress. Work in progress is little bit confusing. Why? Because the raw material consumption is 100% and wages and overhead consumption is only 50% is made. That's why this is an additional, these two parts. Okay. That is 50 divided by 100 and 50 divided by 100. We have taken for wages as well as for the overhead. This is little bit tricky. If it is not given directly, you can take the work in progress cost also ₹4.50. Directly you can take, no problems. That will not be an issue. But if it is given in the problem that the raw material consumed are 100%, whereas 50% completion for wages and overhead, you have to do the calculation in this way only. You have to split this work in process calculation into three parts. That is raw material, wages, and overhead. Okay. Otherwise, you can club it up, right? Club it up in the sense 4.50 can be taken once. That is 60,000 multiplied by 4.5 into velocity is 1 divided by 12. But here the percentage is given. That's why we have split it. And the total work in process, we derived it as 18,750. That I have taken here, okay, in the statement. And calculation of finished good, it is done here. Number of units are 60,000, 4.50 into 3 divided by 12. Total 67,500. Make the sum of all this, you will get the stock. Okay, total stock of all these three types. Stock of raw material, work in progress, and finished good, right? So total of this will be 1,16,250. Then comes debtors. Debtor calculation I have shown here. Okay, here debtors, 3 months velocity is given. Units, cost, 3 months velocity. 3 divided by 12. The cost arrived. Debtors amount is rupees 67,500 is blocked up. Okay. Cash is given 21,250. Total current assets is this. In this, you have to deduct the current liabilities. So simple. The calculation of creditors is also done here. Creditors, 2 months are there. Velocity, 60,000 into 3 multiplied by 2 divided by 12. You derive rupees 30,000. It's a total current asset, current liability. Okay. So total current asset minus current liability, you will get 1,75,000 as a net working capital. Okay. So in this net working capital, it can also be the required amount of working capital. But here in the problem, they have asked you to create 12% as your contingency. That's why add 12% contingency, 21,000, and it comes to rupees 1,76,000. Yes. Now come to the comment section. The finance manager has estimated rupees 1,75,000 as working capital. Do you agree with this? The answer is no. Why no? Since the working capital estimated by a finance manager is less than the required amount of working capital. He has estimated it as 1,75,000 and you have ascertained it as 1,96,000. That's why it is less. 1,75,000 is less than 1,96,000. And that amount is not more or not enough to meet the operations. Okay. This is first question answered. Okay. Second question is, which cost do you consider as the most important while estimating the requirement of working capital of a manufacturing company? Okay. So what is important here is material cost is very important. Okay. Material cost is considered as the most important for calculation of the required amount of working capital of a manufacturing company, because working capital, this raw material cost comes in the calculation of stock of raw material as well as stock of work in process. Again, we have to take this. Okay. So what is important for a manufacturing company is the cost of the raw materials available in the market is very, very important. I hope all of you understood. These two comments you have to write. For first, the answer is no, because this 1,75,000 is less than whatever you have ascertained it as 1,96,000. And that will not be enough to meet the operations of the organization. So what is working capital? It is nothing but the amount which is used to meet the day-to-day expenditure. So how much you have to keep? It is rupees 1,96,000 should be there as a working capital, but not rupees 1,75,000. This is first. Okay. And material cost is important. Very, very important. Here I conclude this problem. And if you practice it one more time, you will feel very easy. Okay. So for the first time, I have made it slowly. Okay. So that you can understand it properly. Thank you very much, and share the problem to your friends also.